Welcome to Yerba Talks.
And I put a piece of yarn along the TV, it's perfectly flat. So that's evidence right there, okay?
You put yarn on the screen, said, look, it's flat. Stood on a hill like you cracked the map. But what you saw is what math bestows. No curve at that scale, that's how it goes. You showed the globe, then claimed a win. W for the world, not you, my friend. Put yarn on the screen, said no earth curve. Climbed the hill, snapped a pick, but nerve. It first spun fast, I'd see it drift. But choppers just hover, no sideways shift. If earth was spinning, the winds would blow. Yo, Matthew, that's toddler till logic broke. It first spins fast, how planes don't slide, but motion shared, that's physics, guy. You'd miss your stop, you grin and mock, but Newton's laws just cleaned your clock. Put yarn on the screen, said no earth curve. Climbed the hill, snapped the pick, what nerve? It first spun fast, I see it drift, but choppers just hover, no sideways shift. If earth was spinning, the winds would blow. Yo, Matthew, that's toddler till logic broke. You trust a laser, I trust my eyes. Then you use yarn and call it wise. Math gets tough, so you bail mid-speech. But string on a screen, that's proof you keep. Sun moves in circles, that's what I see. So earth stands still, must always be. Tossed out a psalm like it cancels spin, but skipped all the tricks, still lost the mean. Put yarn on the screen, said no earth curve. Climbed the hill, snapped the pick, what nerve? It first spun fast, I see it drift, but choppers just hover, no sideways shift. If earth was spinning, the winds would blow. Yo, Matthew, that's toddler till logic broke. If earth spun fast, I'd see it drift, but choppers just hover, no sideways shift. If earth was spinning, the winds would blow. Yo, Matthew, that's toddler till logic broke.
Welcome to the Aftershow. I am back. This is Kat. And today we had the one, the only, my son, my actual son, progeny of myself, Matthew Hakim. Literally losing the debate, bro. Okay. I have a cat attacking me. Hello. Hold on. No. Stop. My leg. No. All right. Hold on. No. Stop. Oh my God. Stop, you feline. Okay. Hold on. Let me get you the link. That was Conspiracy Music Studios in the beginning. With I'm sorry. No. What? He just teleported. I saw him go that way, and he came from this way. Sorry. Hold on. I was going to get you the link. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. And we are going to pin it I'm going to pin it. In the meantime, we got Jim Daniels with the 20 Yerba Mate Talks memberships. Pew, 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 pew. And let's see who he got. Pinned. There we go. The Grumpy Old Mechanic, Unfornicated, Sarcasm Level 1000, Ivan Petrov, Amos, Isa Kabir, Mr. Toffees, Max M, Greg Nitsky, Jessica the Transmetal Alchemist, F312E4, Golden Skeptic 3 Ron, Steve Scrippy Van, John's Current Stuff, The Grumpy Old, Ernie Matthews, Zane, Batman Inc., Liz K., the Nobel Prize, and those are all of those. All right. Thank you so much, Jim. Let's freaking go. Oh, I look down and all of a sudden we have a stage full of friends. Hello.
Ivan Daniels for the win. Oh, yeah.
Hello, everybody from
But I mean,
Northern
they're
Alberta.
acting like little lenses, and
Wait, why
they
am I
do
hearing
make
Jesse?
rainbow colors.
That's Icy Spin. Icy Spin, I'm hearing Jesse for some reason. Welcome, Brenda. Hello.
Hey, Brenda.
Now I heard
Hello.
Kager. Icy
You
Spin,
can listen
yes.
to Discord.
Icy Spin, you're rebroadcasting Discord into the after show. Why do you want to ruin me like this? Sabotage.
Sabotage.
All right. Matthew Hakim, TJump. Let's start with Brenda. Matthew Hakim's opening thoughts.
Thoughts. I don't know if there were any. My first thought was, oh, he shaved his beard.
Yeah.
As far as to what he said, it's just a mishmash of nonsense.
Because everything I look up about those red blood cells.
What the hell? What red cells? What?
Who's that coming from?
I don't know.
That's from the Worldwide Debates Discord.
I didn't see.
It was IC spinning muted.
All right, continue on, Brenda, please.
I think that my issue with Matthew is that there's a sort of a problem with debating him because he's clearly mentally disabled. He has some kind of cognitive disability. He's either it's either congenital or somebody asked if he'd had a head injury. There's something wrong with him. And he can't follow an argument. He can't make an argument. He can't follow a logical inference, and he is profoundly ignorant about even basic science. So a typical flat earther. But my honest thoughts are: is it right to even put somebody like that on a show like MDD? I mean,
I don't know. Matthew puts himself out there a lot, so
that's true.
I feel less bad because of that. But there is an argument to be made. Maybe if it was like a little bit worse, because Matthew, he's just a stupid person, a stupid normal person, right? He's just very dumb. And then, I don't know. But yeah,
I think I got it fixed. Sorry.
Yes. I mean, I think Arnold is right. Hold on. Wait, where was it? Just kick Icy Spin off the panel. This is already.
I know. Big disruption.
Yes. All right. Anything else, Brenda? Guess not. All right.
Those are the thoughts that I have whenever somebody like it's been coming up in my feed. You know, there's been videos that have come up that have made that kind of statement is should we really debate stupid people? And I'm not sure that we should.
Fair. Yeah, that is fair. All right. Cake, thoughts on Matthew Hakim's opening?
I was quite disappointed, to be honest. And I say this because I was you much stupider people can make better claims than what he had, but instead he was just nah for most of it, and then he just engaged in hypotheticals that didn't make any sense.
Yeah, and yeah, that's Matthew Hakim in a nutshell. But I think I went in expecting nothing, and I was still disappointed. This was one of the worst openings Matthew has ever done. This was
Well,
just
that's the
waffling.
thing. Like I was like, okay, he's really not doing well here. Hey, here's this guy that runs an after show. Maybe I can get him to engage with him. And like, I poked at him a couple times, and he is too smug to the sense that apparently you're mean to him.
Yeah, well, we
That's
have a
why he won't debate you.
history. We have a history with Matthew. It goes way back, like 2 years back. So it's a long thing to summarize.
Well, no,
But
that's fine. He did.
the thing is, Matthew complains that because he used to come here in the after shows, and he doesn't let anyone else speak. So someone is giving their opinion, and he will start talking and interrupt and interject, and then continue on rambling and rambling. And StreamYard, for some reason, lets you unmute yourself, even if the host mutes you. So I had to like literally go to the volume controls, grab the knob, and lower his volume to 0, so that I could, keep some handle on the show and not let him just
One thing I want to say about
the whole thing.
one thing I want to say about his part is I can usually entertain people that are saying, "Oh no, the moon landing was fake." Usually they have some good, logic or reasoning. He had nothing. He had nothing, and he pandered for so fucking long.
Yeah, that's Matthew Hakim in a nutshell. All right, Vanguard, thoughts on Matthew Hakim's opening?
Good evening, everybody. Not a huge amount of anything new other than the moon is an immaterial light. That was the main thing that I got away from what he was saying in his opening, was just, I don't know what the moon is, but it's a light in the sky.
Yep. That's his whole position for today was basically that. Yeah, it's funny as hell.
Yep. I mean, the only other thing there would be the whole engineering side of the rockets and getting to the moon and back again. Yeah, they did it once, and the Russians were close to doing it, but they landed 6 times, orbited the moon 9. But yeah, just the whole engineering thing, he clearly doesn't understand it, because when he later on in the Q&A, he said they could build a house in a month. Just bullshit.
My mom bakes cakes for $2 says send Hakim to the moon and leave him there. And Lindsay says glowing rings, LOL. Oh yeah, I have some stuff to show a little bit later. Billy, thoughts on Matthew's opening?
Well, I think everybody else pretty much covered it, and I was going to mention that he thinks that the moon doesn't have craters as well, and the glowing rings of light. And his parents must be so proud of him, and tell him how special he is all the time, in order to act like this. Because nobody else probably does it, but his parents probably make him feel special, and that's why he acts like this.
All right, thank you so much. Dan, who I can smell, I could smell the smoke coming out of your ears during that whole debate. Thoughts on Matthew Hakim's opening?
His opening is proof that a human can have room temperature IQ in a house in Alaska that is uninsulated during the winter and still somehow manage to work a laptop. I would like to say that I have never heard such a wide range of derpitude that was so like my expectations were on ground level, and he didn't. He still found a way to submarine. Like I mean, I'm on bedrock here with my expectations, and he just had to step over the tiny little straw that's there, and he found a way to go under it. The mentality of look, there's no craters. Look, there's different colors. It's obviously a hologram and stuff like that. It's kind of why I called him out to saying, provide your methodology. And if you listen to his methodology, it was basically we can't go there, so therefore it's not real. So I mean,
well, yeah,
that tells you everything you need to know about Hakim as a whole.
Check your mic because CK says turn that up, but when you unmute it, I hear a lot of static.
Who? Not
Dan.
me. Okay.
Yeah,
well, the funniest part was where he himself took video of craters on the moon, looked right at them, and said, "Those are not craters."
Yes.
And he did it with the flat earther camera of choice, the P1000. Doesn't make it any better, considering it looks like a very good picture of the moon. You can get better with telescopes.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of getting better, I'll show this while Isis Ping gives us his thoughts on Matthew Hakim's opening.
Simple. Hakim did the standard Chat GPT open and nothing more. He plugged in his contesting statements and said, hey, figure this shit out, make it sound like a flat earth, press enter, and then read it verbatim. Simple as that.
Yep. We got Mike from the Drunk Debunk Show. And Matthew, I wonder if this is not a crater, why is this shaped exactly like a crater would look when illuminated from the side? Because, I mean, it's very hard to think that this huge thing that is being lit up from the top right, this casts a shadow like over here, and then these parts get light. I mean, it's almost like all of this is physical, and it's there. Here we have some more. I mean, it's very weird for something that is non-physical to have shadows, which are very physical in nature, I think. Right, Matthew? Oh, sorry, Saturn. And then now this little animation shows you how over the course of a night, you can see those shadows moving because all of this is physical, Matthew, Allen, Hakim. I was a little bit disappointed that Matthew missed an opportunity to try and slip by us to cite himself with his own paper. I wrote what you mean? I wrote a pamphlet. Yes. I was sad. I really thought that was going to happen, or that TJump was going to rage quit. What is that? What the hell? All right.
What's what?
Oh, speaking of TJump, I got an email from James that I might be debating some Christians with TJump next week sometime. So pretty interesting. All right. I need to go give the cat water. Yeah. I don't know who the Christians are, but all right, let's start with Brenda. Thoughts on TJump's opening, and I'll give the cat water. Be right back.
TJump phoned it in, but he didn't have to do anything more than that. He gave a decent presentation about why we can believe that the moon is real, but he was pretty. I don't know how to put it, relaxed. I mean, he didn't try hard, but then he didn't have to try hard. That'd be my assessment.
All right.
Max,
Thank you so
Max
much.
is still going. Okay,
No,
Max's cat. This is an instruction attack.
No. No, I have to go, and he only drinks water when it's coming directly from the faucet. So he will go up and sit in the toilet sink, in the bathroom sink, and meow at me until I open the faucet, and then he will drink and just go away and leave the faucet running.
That's all fake. It's really the cat is just doing experiments on you and
Yeah,
manipulating
probably.
you, waiting for his chance to strike.
Oh yeah, that is very probable. My mom bakes cakes for $2 Australian, says Hakim has craters in his head. Probably. Cake. Thoughts on TJump's opening?
Who?
Cake here on top of me. Oh, never mind. Let's go to you, Vanguard. We'll double back.
Hello. Short, sweet, to the point. He said what needed to be said, got the main evidence out. It would have been nice if he could have shown up a couple of images or, some type of presentation. But for what he wanted to do later on, his presentation was fine for that. But it would have been nice to have something a bit longer and more explanation on one individual topic instead of just doing blah, 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 blah. That's why we went to the moon. Done.
Yeah, I think it's fair to he wasn't going up against much, but he could have done better just for the sake of himself, I think, right? So
yep.
All right, Billy.
Well, he mentioned that the moon is a rock, and that we can use ham radios to bounce off a signal to prove that how our he didn't really like everybody else said. He kind of just was like, we can use ham radios, and he didn't really explain anything. But then again, we shouldn't have to explain stuff about the moon. It's
right.
Pretty, yeah. Honestly, I think that I guess James wants to do flat Earth and moon landing debates again, so we're gonna be getting more of these derpy people again. I guess the same one. I mean, if they debate it once and they do a bad job, he shouldn't be inviting them back. But he seems to like to invite the dumbest ones back, like Iron Horse yesterday, that was drinking his own piss, and that guy was drinking his own piss, and then he changed his camera color so no one could see him drinking his own piss, I guess. That's why I think he did that. But anyways,
I saw that. But
wait a minute, seriously? Are we serious?
Well, it looked like he was drinking piss but then he changed his color after that. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It might have been beer though. It might have been beer, maybe.
Who knows?
To be fair to him, yeah. I don't know.
No, that was weird, and I do like the conspiracy. It's a funny one. Arnold for $5 says, "Subscribe to the Beat." Yes, at the Doodle Sound Lab. He's incredibly talented and funny. Only has 29 subs, 58 people watching. Let's go! Yes, subscribe to the Beats. His Facazzoid, Wankzoid video is just fantastic. All right, Dan.
Yeah, let's try this headset.
Oh boy, now it's worse. You are lower and the static is higher.
I don't know what to do with this one. Hold on, let me just turn it.
You broke it. No, you literally broke it.
All right. Is this better?
Oh, there, I heard myself laughing. Ew.
Is that better?
Cake says, am I supposed to drop out? No, you're here. I mean, if you want to give your thoughts, yes. I ask you, what are your thoughts on? Oh boy, hold on, Dan. I'm going to mute you because that static is. Oof.
You want me to go?
Yeah. Okay. Give me 1 second. Cake. What we do is we all give our thoughts on what this person said, so on. It's not an obligation. You don't have to say. You don't have to go.
Well, no. I'm fine with hanging out. It's just I feel like I don't have much left to go on. He didn't say much, and it was a lot of pandering to hypotheticals of not believing that the moon was a material thing. I mean, it just wasn't a good debate.
Right. But we did Matthew Hakim. Now we're doing TJump's opening.
Ah,
All right, Icy Spin, go ahead.
So TJump made 5 points during his opening. The first one was the ham radios bouncing off the moon. I asked Hakim this in a super chat, what is called an EME, also known as an Earth Moon Earth bounce, where independent ham radio operators throughout the world will do this as a hobby, and they have built ham radios, and they will fire a signal to another known location. For instance, say you're in America, and you know that if we bounce it off the moon based on the trajectory, it will land somewhere in Germany. And they will do this wherever the moon happens to be in the sky, and will confirm that a signal was received. It's a very rare event for these guys. So just depending on the signal that you can output, most ham radio operators, I think, are investing something like $10,000 for what they build out. But the point is that it's an event to be celebrated when they get a successful Earth Moon Earth bounce, which proves that the moon is actually real because you bounce it off the fucking thing.
Right.
The second thing he said was the reflectors on the moon with lasers. We've seen this on what's the guy, Adam Savage,
Yep.
Mythbusters. It's a thing that happens whether Flurfs admit it or not. Space landing people admit it or not. They bounce lasers off the moon. There's reflectors that specifically bounce it back in a very specific way, and it happens all the time. They have been out of commission since I think the 80s, but people still use them because they're there. So that was another point. The moon rocks was another point that he brought up, and the fact that they're exposed to radiation and gases that are only possible to be exposed in places that don't have an atmosphere. Another thing that he brought up was glass that has developed under the chunks of iron on the moon and has been hit millions of times by moon rocks, and has been basically fused with the moon rock in a way that is impossible on Earth. And the last thing they mentioned was the fact that the moon lander is disabled, and that's the reason that we can't go back to the moon, because they took it out of commission because of new technology. And I think that was to counter one of Matthew's points. But that's all I have to say.
Hey,
All right.
Icy Spin.
Yeah.
Can we get Arwen on Modern Day Debate and defend that the heart is not a pump?
Oh my God.
I mean, because that would be fucking epic.
Maybe I'll just send James my video. But yeah, he's wild. I think he's just parroting. He's parroting Alex Jones or something. I have no
that
idea.
would
where
be
he got that.
epic.
Yeah.
That would be like epic. All right. Because of course we had flat earthers. Everyone's favorite section makes a comeback. We're going to breeze through these comments. Oh, there, the winner of yesterday starts us off. Can any space nerds tell me why no one has ever seen any other face of the moon without mentioning tidal log? So asking for an explanation and then denying the explanation. Bravo. That is just bravo. This Maryland girl, they spoke with Nixon in the White House on a rotary landline phone from the moon. And I was thinking, and I said in the chat, that right now, today, you can go in a car on the highway, and on your cell phone, you can call a radio station, and you can listen to yourself on a car while you're driving. So, I mean, it's old tech. Calling a radio show has been around for the longest time. Everyone has noise today. I'm so sorry. Next one. Marilyn, you Globetards are an embarrassment. Oh. You'll
Bless it.
believe anything. The electromagnetic frequency through induction to even make radio waves would be completely disrupted passing through the magnetic radiation belt. Dan, thoughts?
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
So hopefully my audio is a little better now. Here's
No, it's actually like it's worse than it's ever been. Fuck. I like this one. Hakim got trapped, and he did. We're going to talk about that next, but he did get trapped. The moon is plasma. Okay. LJ, of course, with his dog. That's a flat earther. Love it. We haven't seen this question in a while. Why can't we watch a rocket land back down on Earth in person? Because it's fake. And he's lying, because I did actually give LJ places where he can go watch a rocket launch of the ones that have the return booster. I told him where he can go for free, and I told him where he can go to buy tickets. So LJ, you're a fucking liar. And those are all. Yes, those are all. I did way too many yesterday. All right, open discussion. We spent, I think, way too much time on this idea of whether the moon is physical or not. And Matthew went through the argument with TJump and then realized that he was fucked, and then basically took him on the merry-go-round of the same bullshit argument over and over for way too long to my taste. Any thoughts?
I mean, I think that a sunburn proves that the sun's physical. I haven't heard a refutation.
Yes. No, no.
I stand by that.
Yeah, I mean, it does. But they always have a problem with that kind of thing. I don't remember what his lame excuse was today, but do you remember what Matthew said?
He said that he got a sunburn the last time he did flat Earth activism, and then he changed the subject or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think he made a statement and just moved on, and wrapped it up that way. It was weird, but they all do that. There's no way to come back. Even Dick Wayne can't answer it.
Dick Wayne can't answer shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that was a kind of completely unnecessary tangent, whether the moon is physical or not. I mean, it is physical. There is nothing you can say about it. Like, if we see it, it's physical. There are no two ways around that. You can't have something be non-physical and see, and how does that even work? Because just the fact that you're seeing it means that there is light bouncing off of it.
Yeah. And
go on.
Okay.
You can go. He said.
Well, yeah.
Sorry.
I'll wait. I'll wait for him. Okay. All I was gonna say is that Matthew just has a bag of tricks, but they're a limited bag of tricks, right? Like, he does the whole I'm going to pretend that you're a faith-based religion, Mr. Scientific Guy, and laugh at you the whole time and just play coy. Like, that's literally, I think that's the extent of his bag of tricks. Because he has nothing, but he's like, he's a nice enough, and non-threatening enough person where I realized about halfway through that TJump would likely not rage quit because of the lack of evidence like he's done before, because he's he can be kind of a weird friendly demeanor in his actual stupidity, and I think probably TJump felt for him for that or something. But he never brings anything, and he has this really slighted way of demeaning his opponent or whatever.
I actually hate that. Dragon Sword says TJump should have brought up solar mass ejections and their impact communications and Aurora. That is a great point. Yes, I think that there's so many ways that you can actually prove that these things are physical. My contention is that on the topic of whether the moon landing happened or not, the moon being physical is the starting point. Just like Matthew tried to do the Witted thing where he said his position was the default. The position is, if we see it, it's physical. That's the default position ever. There is no other. So Matthew,
Yeah,
completely.
and you can't keep claiming the firmament and how high it is when you haven't verified that either. That it's 75 miles high. You
Right.
said that. And he
But
knows the exact
even
height.
like TJump did the demonstration and told him, like, okay, we have the moon. We aim the radio here, we don't get a response. We aim the radio right at it, we get the signal back. We aim it towards the other side and we don't get it. And even with such a clear explanation, Matthew was like, nah. Okay, we go.
Yeah, we might need some an infighting debate with Matthew Hakim and Mikey Smith about whether or not it's the firmament that's 75 miles high or Polaris, because Mikey has asserted that in the last 2 weeks that Polaris is 75 miles high. So I'm a little concerned on their they're not on the same page.
Tune.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think FER is on board too.
Oh boy. Electron element, over 300 years of engineering and scientific application of Newton's laws prove science is not a belief-based religion. Oh, I agree. And Matthew complaining about the world, about stuff he doesn't understand while using the internet, Zoom, and YouTube to be broadcast to the whole world. It is kind of funny. It is always fun.
It's a good time.
Oh my God. Let's try this again. Dan.
Yeah, how about now?
Yes.
So good.
No more static. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
So reboot laptop, third headset, what the fuck? Anyway. Yeah. So what I wanted to say was what IC Spin said, just to go back to what TJump's opening was, is that, he brought up 5 independently verified things. He could have brought up the dust falling. He could have brought up any number of things, like there's been in-depth independent analysis and things like that. And he could have brought up, besides just ham radio, he could have brought up the fact that there were actual amateur stations who listened in and recorded one-way communications. And the only way that happens is if this communication is coming towards Earth, because they could not hear Houston communicating with the astronauts.
Mm-hmm.
So he could have expanded upon those. But as far as going back and forth on the moon thing, there's the reason why I sent so many super chats, because I was triggered beyond belief. But his methodology for a science experiment to prove that the moon is not a physical object was, we can't go there, therefore it's not real.
Right.
I'm like, how is that methodology?
Right. I mean, the most basic thing would be, okay, we just fire a projectile at it.
Mhm.
Right. I mean, that would be the first choice. Like, okay, can we do that? Yeah, we would probably do that.
And the reason why I brought up the 238,000 miles for the firmament is because we know the speed of light, we know the speed of radio waves, and when we shoot things like IC Spin said about Earth, Moon, Earth bounce, if you have a large enough dish and you time it correctly and do the math right, you can receive your own signal. When you receive your own signal, you can see the transmitting pulse and the received pulse, and it's timed using an O-scope, and that O-scope will tell you how long it took to do round trip. Divide it in half, multiply it by the speed of light, and you have the distance. So either the firmament's not real, or it doesn't reflect radio waves, which we don't know a physical object that doesn't reflect radio waves.
Right.
By the way, Max, we did fire a projectile. We crashed a satellite into the moon a few years back. Yeah.
Yeah, it rang like a bell, remember?
Yeah.
The interesting part was that after all of this, Matthew said that, and him saying that he wanted to go to the moon and so on, then the conversation turned to, how do we prove it? And when TJump brought up that Artemis is supposed to be happening soon, right? He was like, oh no, fake. Yeah, fake.
Yeah, but TJump
Mhm.
called it Apollo because obviously he didn't look into it, obviously, or he messed up.
Yes,
because he
he
called
messed
it
up the
Apollo.
name.
It probably just
It's
calls it
kind
that.
of-
Like, yeah, it's just like a Apollo is like the moon. Like he probably just said
Yeah,
that.
but it's called Artemis, so it's kind of. I thought that was. I don't think TJump really cared, so that was like he probably.
Yeah,
just
he's the
didn't even-
philosophy guy. I mean,
Yeah,
he
he
stated
doesn't
at
really
the
care.
beginning. Yeah, he doesn't
Yep.
care.
Which, I mean, he did well in analyzing and putting Matthew's argument against him, which everyone knows that it's Matthew.
By
That
the
was just
By the
bad.
way, you might not know this, Max, but TJump on a prior debate, he's actually done a radar to the moon experiment himself, and he didn't bring that up this time. But that's something he's done himself, and he's recorded experimental data for it. So
Nice.
he's
That's
done things
cool.
like that. Yeah.
I mean, I've done it, but I didn't record it because I wasn't in the flat Earth world at the time. So to me, it was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I was thinking that we calculated and measured gravity when I was in high school, but yeah, I didn't even have a cell phone back then. So
It was against Smiley. What's his name? Flat Earth professor fucking Smiley with the
Lonzo?
glasses. No. Mormon.
no.
Mormon boy.
Kyle.
Kyle
Adams.
Adams.
Kyle Adams. Yeah, that was the debate. TJump versus Kyle Adams.
The fact that orbital trajectories of spacecraft traveling to the moon have been measured proves both the Earth and the moon are gravitating masses in reality. Yeah, but I mean, I don't think this would be. I think we need to go down to more basic reality with Matthew Hakim. Like, okay, can we see it? Yes. Okay, then it's physical. There's no way around that. Like yesterday, I was doing the thing with the flashlight and and Iron Horse. It's like the light no travel, no travel.
That looks cool because it's like a circle. It looks like a circle around a halo around it too. And
yes, it has like a mode where you can, and I can dial it in, or I can actually like make it wider and stuff. Like it has control.
It looks
on
pretty
the
cool.
I have no fucking idea what it's doing, but it does make that like ring for some reason. Yeah, it's weird and cool.
And to be honest, Max, the first thing TJump should have said is that he should have had Hakim rewind the video that he showed at the very beginning when he was looking at the very edge of the moon where it's lit and you can see the craters. You can see that there is shadows within the craters and things like that before he got to the smooth part. You should have had him rewind it and said, how do you explain that? It's a 3D object. It's casting its own shadows. It's not being lit from inside because there wouldn't be any shadows inside the crater.
K Cans for $10. Take that, Packers. How does it feel to play from behind? And Calder says, Packers Sacco Broncos.
The cheeseheads.
I have no idea what the fuck is any of that, but okay, I guess. Have fun, guys.
CFL's better than NFL every day.
Yeah, no. Even though I'm Canadian, I have to disagree. All the best CFL players go to the NFL.
Max, check out that link. I doubt you've ever been to it. It's a fantastic link. It shows, I'll put it in the private chat. It shows every single thing in the solar system that you could imagine in terms of orbiting bodies, satellites.
No, we don't have the globe doesn't have a model. No, that's fake.
Yeah, well,
that's fake and gay.
Well, theoretically, right? It would be like this if it were a globe.
I don't know. Arnold for $5 says the only defense you need against the flat Earth cosplay scientist is because shit works, and it doesn't work because of morons on Discord. That came up on the debate yesterday with Iron Horse. How why is it that all of the tech is done by Globers and all of the innovations and everything new is done by Globers? Flat Earth does nothing.
Well, even today on Worldwide Debates, that Jesse Pat the Light guy, he showed us this microscope that he built himself using like parts from all this different stuff, and
Oh my God.
and we were able to see like rotifers or whatever it is, and like some like single cell or amoebas and shit. It was pretty cool.
Oh my. Dude, Jesse is such a boss. Like he made a microscope. Oh my God.
Yeah, and he showed it like everything. It was pretty cool. Like,
Yeah, he
Oh
strung up
my.
his Canon camera to be in perfect alignment with the scope that he bought specifically for the demonstration.
he used
Pretty
like a
cool.
stepper motor from like a old hard drive or something. I was like, whoa, like I don't know how he does this stuff. It's pretty crazy.
Damn. Pable for 750 Uruguayan pesos says, hey, comrades, drop a like, soretes. Soretes means turds. All right. Okay. Who is Lucy? No, I don't believe in Lucy. Psych. 3i Atlas. Oh, this is the aliens. The Earth. I don't know. I think all of this is very fake and gay. Hold on. If we look up straight from Earth, is that it? Is that it? Ah, it doesn't show the background. Damn. Oh, look at it. Ah, fuck. I'm not. Why didn't anyone tell me you're not showing your screen, you
I was off
moron?
screen. I'm sorry.
You're not sharing.
Damn.
There it is.
Where and ice on the solar system. Okay. Here
Oh,
we
is this
go
what I
again.
said?
Here we go. Parker Solar Probe. Ha. Mercury, Mars. Oh, real
Fantastic one.
date. Yeah, it's pretty good. And then here we have the Earth.
Does it have Voyager
Yes.
1 and 2? Because that'd be neat to see how far up they are as compared to the rest of the solar system.
Look at that
Yeah.
shit. Isn't that crazy?
Hold on. Yes, it does have Voyager. Where is it? Voyager 1. Take me to Voyager 1. Ah, there. Oh my, it's so freaking far. Look.
Isn't it like 2 billion miles away or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
One light day.
The furthest thing we have.
Yep.
That's Voyager 1 and now Voyager 2.
I'll drop the link in the Foundry one more time for Calder and family.
Oh man, this is so far. No, but the globe doesn't have any model, you guys.
Of course not.
No.
The reason that I actually found this because of do you know Andrew, the guy that sometimes will pop into just random streams like Roger Ledwell or Vlad
Electrician guy?
No, he's a Navy veteran. Dan will know him.
He used to be Navy, but now he's like.
Oh yeah. He claims his claim to fame is electricity
He's
for
a
sure.
teacher
Like,
or
electrician.
Yeah. Andrew B.
Yeah. And I actually went to look for it because he said something about can you tell me what's going on around the moon? And I go, yep. And so I did some research and I'm like, oh, this ought to help you. And then if you look at like the moon part of this, we have like 2 orbiters, I think, going around it. One that's been there since 93. And then there's another one that's like very, very infrequently in orbit and doing something else. But yeah, so that's kind of how I found this entire site. But it's fantastic.
Where is
a little more?
Where the
a little more.
There. Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. Artemis.
Yeah, LRO. Yep.
Oh, these are the Artemis P1. Those are the projected ones. LRO. Yeah, this is with this they take pictures of the landing sites.
Yep.
I love how this is incredibly like very nicely modeled in like the satellites and everything. That's pretty nifty.
Yeah, from a company that just nonstop lies to you, it's not bad, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, look, the dark side of the moon. Why can't anyone see it? I think there's a conspiracy there.
You know, it's not a genetic fallacy to just like dismiss everything they say, right? You know, I mean, considering
Yeah,
these
just call
guys
it
are the
fake.
fallacy masters.
Fake and gay.
Oh, yeah. Jim Daniels for $20. Fun fact. On April 22nd, 1963, President John F. Kennedy started the countdown for the opening of the 1964 World's Fair by keying 1964 on a touch-tone telephone in the Oval Office. Nixon using a rotary phone is horse hockey. Thank you so much, Jim.
And actually, and the best comeback for them as far as the phone call goes is that DJs have been putting listeners who call into the radio station on the air since the 1950s. So that's 10 years
Yes.
before even going to the moon. So take that, put that in your pipe and smoke it, moon deniers.
Yeah, I don't know why it's such a contention, like this idea that, oh yeah, you can relay, you make a phone call to another landline and then they connect that landline to the transmission on the radio.
Yeah, it's a patch panel. It's the same ones we had in the Navy. It's just a DC patch panel is all it is. It's two cables to transmit. One cable's transmit, one cable's receive. You just flip them. So you take the transmit from one, go to the receive of another. It's not difficult.
And I mean, they're the government, of course, right? They have all of they have access to the back end of the phone systems and so on.
And
I mean, why is it such a contention for them? Like, yeah, we got it. Sorry,
there's another system called what was it? I think it was called Mars. Yeah, it was a Mars radio station, radio system, which is a military auxiliary radio system. And what it is, it's basically amateurs who are part of this group, and it's an auxiliary. So what you can do is, as a military member, you can call home from overseas using Mars radio. There's a huge delay in it, but you can call from, say, there's people in Vietnam who could call home using radio to talk to Iowa, jumping through different radio stations that are patched through. So you're actually using using the fiber optics across the U.S. and you're using radio to go from, like, say, San Diego to Hawaii, then Hawaii to Guam, and then Guam to wherever they go to Vietnam.
Right.
So
that's interesting.
This system has been in place. Mars has been in place since the group has been in place since like 1920 something. But as far as the radio systems goes, it's been there since, I believe, the 60s.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Dan. Pable for 750 Uruguayan pesos says there's a Nazi base on the dark side of the moon.
Yes.
Of course there is.
Matthew. And then Matthew Hakim, like everyone telling him, hey, debate Max. And like while he's running away, he's going like, I'm not scared of you. And yelling back while he runs away. Oh, Matthew.
He likes when people beg for him or something. That's like, he's weird. I guess he's sadistic or something.
I mean,
he likes people to beg.
If someone was begging, sure. But the problem is that no one is begging. And the more that he doesn't debate me, the funnier it gets. So it will never stop, Matthew.
Yeah, if you're just asking him to debate, that's not really begging him. But if you were like, oh, please, Matthew, debate me, please, like that would be begging. But you're just saying, debate me, and he's like scared.
Yeah,
so,
and I've been saying debate me for 2 years. So it's Matthew, it's not a good look for you when you run away for 2 years and then say you're not scared.
And he's like, and then today he said that he might debate you one day, and it was like, what does that mean?
He won't. I mean, he's been
I wish
saying
that-
that for a long
I
time.
wish that James would have allowed for my comment to escape the TOS that he randomly said.
Also, you
But
did
I'm
a
being
super
a
chat at the end.
dickhead
Too,
to
and
fucking
yes.
MC2. Yeah. No, that was fine. I did that late. I wasn't mad about it. I wasn't mad about either of them. Like I understand.
Oh.
But
What was the TOS one? You can say it now.
it's just like the way he fucking talks to Tune. I'll never let him dead. I'll
Yeah,
never let
the
him.
way.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
We talked about that last. We actually showed it and everything. We
Yep,
lost it.
sure did.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that then. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, about the video.
Yeah, he's too
The
proud.
rainbow. Yeah.
Oh my God, Matthew! But no one is begging, Matthew. It's just that I've been asking you to debate me for over 2 years, and you've been saying no for 2 years. So I mean, it will stop being funny when you man up and debate me. Until then, the more that it goes on, the more that you're just showing you're scared. It's as simple as that, Matthew. It's really not that hard. And you can cry, you can cope all you want and say that I am begging and whatever you need to tell yourself, but it doesn't make it so. Matthew.
Did we hear anything new from Matthew this go around?
Yeah.
I didn't, right? It's just same old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they mentioned the thing about like, oh, it's like believing in Santa or the Easter Bunny, even though that's a false equivalence fallacy. You fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Like you guys always use that shit, but then again, they don't understand what fallacies are. They just know how to say them, but they use fallacies all the time.
Yeah, they call out projection while they're projecting.
Yeah.
I mean, the one thing I do have to give props to Matthew Hakim for not actually doing it today. The whole we're being hate crimed and we are a protected group and yada yada. Thank you for not doing that. That really makes me angry as hell.
Oh, is that his shtick? That's his normal shtick, huh? Oh wow.
Yeah, because they're a minority.
Oh my
goodness.
Right.
He said that Globers do hate crimes on flat earthers, and that we insult them and so on, and we discriminate them because they are a protected group. Arnold says, when are you going to do a proper mate tutorial for dumb Americans who want to try it but not buy garbage and make it wrong? There is already a tutorial on here on a stream. Yeah, I did it. I might have to do something better. But yeah, there is something to get you started. I think you just need to search mate tutorial. Yep. What else did they bring? I don't know. I got almost disconnected when at the beginning when they went so much into is the moon physical or not, and TJump was guiding him by the hand, and then when Matthew he's so dumb that when he realizes that he's wrong, he tries to pivot to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
and it takes him so long to realize too that he's been trapped, and then finally when he realizes, it's like, all right, now I got to change the subject to something else.
Now we have to talk about something else. Yeah,
it was already way too late.
Matthew said that the moonlight is cold, and then someone asked him about that, and he said that he hadn't done the thing. He only watched the video or some shit like that. It's like, oh, Matthew, the same way that we were criticizing some dude who I agree with on the position, but he brought up a study and he hadn't even got past the paywall. He just read the abstract and was citing the study. And I was like, oh, you can't do that. If you didn't read the study, you didn't read it. Sorry.
The thing about no, it's fine. The thing about TJump is he so does not give a fuck about this debate. That like even because he mentioned the ham radio bouncing off the moon, and so I probed it right with the EME bouncing. Like, do you know what that is? Matthew. And Matthew said some absolutely fucking garbage. I can't even remember what he said. It was so
A
stupid.
bunch of assumptions that you have to
Yeah,
make.
that's just assumptions. He's like, well,
And
I mean,
and TJump literally laughed in despair, like, I can't believe this guy's saying this. And then it just moved to the next question and he never addressed it. So it was like,
yeah.
okay. I mean, that's kind of what
I read a comment by Earthly Skeptic that said, TJump's faces are priceless.
I mean, yeah. I don't, fault the guy. It's just like, I wish he could have just been like, yeah, it's kind of what I mentioned the first time, but he's like, I don't get too.
I feel like
like
TJump deserves some credit for not
quitting.
calling
Absolutely
not rage quitting and not calling Matthew Hakim stupid anytime in the debate, because he definitely could have done it. And normally he does. Normally he does do stuff like that, and he held back this time, which I felt
that's
like
a good point.
It was
I think you're right.
More high class this time.
That's a good observation. I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, so good job, TJump. I was just checking my email, and my debate with TJump would be on the 15th. Tomorrow there is no debate. Look, we have conspiracy too. Says Hakim is the dumbest human alive. I agree.
Tim, why don't you come on and tell us about it? Sounds like you have a
so-
story to share.
He's so close. He's almost winning. Yes, you're right. I mean, there are people that will contend with him, but I think he's just so strong in his dumbness that he cannot be beaten by anyone. I think you're right. Would be on the 15th. Tomorrow there's no debate, but on the 12th, which is Monday, we have Isa and Apostate Prophet are debating Junior and some other terrorist apologists. So that should be fun.
Junior is so bad.
Junior is so bad.
Yeah, so bad. Yeah.
Yes.
Is he going to call his wife again during the debate?
Maybe he calls a friend and he's like, hey, I have a friend who is also a Muslim. He's like, hey, are you a terrorist? And the friend goes like, no, I'm not a terrorist.
This isn't Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or whatever. You can't call people during a freaking debate.
What I'm wondering is also if he had any dreams about how terrorism is good, because on the last debate, he was like, I had a dream of Jesus. It's like, who the fuck cares?
Right. Irrelevant.
What did Jesus look like?
Toon said he makes flirts look horribly stupid. I agree. I think flat earthers should collectivize and remove Matthew Hakim's speaking rights on behalf of the community, because Matthew makes flat earthers look absolutely insane. Insane, yeah. But I agree, Toon. What else did they bring up in the debate? Because I'm drawing a blank. I think I covered the things that triggered
pretty much covered it. Dan, do you have so you've got the Rear Admiral's Award coming up sometime soon. Is there any contender against the Hakim character that we've been speaking of?
What about that weird? What about that weird
So
guy
the problem is we closed the voting in the end of December, so Hakim is definitely in the running for the 2026 one.
Yes.
Matthew. Well, 2026, we can still make you the 2026 top left champion, Matthew. Just debate me, and that we will make sure that happens. Absolutely.
We did have a strong outing from a guy by the name of Vladimir Julian yesterday, so it's going to be a tough road for people this year. I think for 2026, they have lost their effing minds.
Tomorrow might finish that review we started of the Waka Waka people. I think that might be fun to finish. And I don't know what else, because every debate with Matthew Hakim kind of goes the same way. Matthew just says a bunch of stupid shit. No evidence is given. His argument debunks itself. and that's it. It's over. Skittles and this, so you know we have to.
Pac-Man, waka 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 waka.
Yeah, we're going to finish that tomorrow. All right, so I mean, I don't know. I would stay so much more, but I guess we have not much else to talk about the debate itself. So let's do final thoughts, and we'll be on our way because I am in such a foul mood. It's been raining here since yesterday in the evening, and I had a shit ton of stuff to do and I couldn't because it was raining all day. So I'm a little bit pissed. All right, let's start with you, Icy Spin. Final thoughts.
I think it's pretty simple. Matthew Hakim has a limited bag of tricks, and he is looking for a platform, anyone that will have him. Please, God, anyone that will have him. And he'll show up 7.5 minutes late with a receding hairline that shows that he is the son of Max, yours truly. And yeah, it's about as much content as he brings to the table ever. So I commend you, Matthew, and keep doing you, bro. Got this.
Yeah, you got this. You can make it to Top Left 2026 or to the Humblies 2026. Who knows? But I see a lot of potential for Derpitude in you, Matthew. All right, Billy.
Well, this isn't about the debate, but I remember the one day when I told Matthew, I was like, "How do you know where the equator is?" And he was like thinking he's all smart, saying it's in the center of the AE map. And I was like, "Well, then you believe that we know how big the Earth is in order to know where the equator is." And he was like thinking that it wasn't a gotcha, but if we know how big the Earth is and we know where the equator is, then how can they think it's bigger or smaller or whatever they think? It doesn't make any sense. Like, if we know how big the Earth is and we know where the equator, or then you know where the equator is, like it doesn't work good for you. But then again, he believes in the ice wall ring around the Earth or whatever. That's why he denies TFE, because that debunked their AE map, which is really just a projection of the globe that they stole and said it's a flat Earth map.
All right. Thank you so much, Billy. Proby said an hour and a half of Matthew on Planet Peterson, and then Toon said, I couldn't make it through 20 minutes of that debate. Oh, my, yeah. Any debate with Matthew Hakim is very rough because he is literally handicapped. And I remember one of the worst cases was when Matthew was asking what he thought was a gotcha with FTFE, asking him about Polaris and the solar system and so on. And FTFE literally showed him how that would work. And he was like, still, nah, you wouldn't see Polaris. And I say, oh, for fuck's sake, Matthew. It was shown to you just now. And you're just saying, nah, like, what the hell are you doing? Dan, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Well, Hakim never fails to disappoint, no matter how low standards you have. I will say this: I don't understand how he can't even understand basic geometry and basic 3D space, and thinks that he can talk about something like radio or something a lot more complicated than that. Just proves his main character syndrome is right up there with Mikey Smith's, which is why they're perfect for each other. And they're about the same intellectual level. So I would like to say that Hakim really wanted to go to space until he realized he couldn't pass 5th grade science as an adult. So therefore, he became a flat earther to help cope with that.
Oh, I love that. And finally, Vanguard, final thoughts.
Okay, got it unmuted. Okay. Matthew Hakim doesn't understand engineering. He doesn't understand construction because 1 month to build a house. Bullshit. Complete and utter bullshit. Oh, and he doesn't understand the scientific method either, because I don't know if it was anybody here, but the person who put the super chat in and asked, hey, could you build a science experiment for, go through the scientific method for testing the moon? And it literally was, The moon is either A or B, so it's either physical or non-physical. We can't go there, therefore it's non-physical.
I will
God
take a
damn, that
bow.
pissed me off.
I'll take a bow for that question.
Yes.
Yeah, if I wasn't driving, I would have had a drink. Fucking Christ. Kill some brain cells, because I would have needed it. But yeah, he doesn't understand anything or much. TJump brought his strength, which was philosophy, and that's kind of where he got stuck in, trying to, hey, why are you thinking this way? What is your thought process? And then it just kind of, Hakim just couldn't figure out where he was going, why he was going there, and then he just pivoted and went somewhere else because he obviously didn't understand the analogies that TJump was bringing up.
Right. No, he completely loses it. And when he gets disproven, a lot of his defense tactic is like, oh yeah, you see, you're agreeing with me, like completely unwarranted. Toon says, don't go. Okay, don't go. Okay. I have an idea. Hakim wants a platform, offer him one. I'll DM the idea. He wants a neutral platform, but whenever MDD sometimes is very inconsistent with their positions, because James has told me that he doesn't want Matthew on a 1v1 because he doesn't really have the support of the Flat Earth community as a whole, right? But then you get stuff like this. It's like, Matthew, well, but I thought you... So I don't know. And apparently other people have offered their platform, and Hakim won't even debate me on a Flat Earth platform. It's like, it's very weird. It's very, very weird. And now that Toon says you can go, we can finally go. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Before we go, make sure to do the social things, like, share, subscribe, send this to a friend, send this to your significant other, go to the corner, use the corner of your street, and just subscribe to Channel Mate Talks. And that way we can share the love for the channel. Another day that goes by, another day that Matthew Hakim runs away from debating me, and that, in my head, is always a win. So, thank you, everyone, for being here. Love you all. Take care. We'll catch you tomorrow to finish that waka, waka, waka. And Max says, don't go. But Toon told me I could go. I don't know. What do I do then? Go, don't go. Go, don't go. Well, love you all. Bye. We'll catch you on the next one.